What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam, hope you guys are doing phenomenal tonight, man. Hope you guys have all had a great start to your weekend and a great Saturday. I hope you guys are ready for another live 2023 fantasy football 2023 fantasy football draft. We are hopping in to a puppy tonight through Underdog Fantasy. So, super excited to be here with you guys, as always. If you guys are new to the channel, you know what to do, man. Hit that subscribe button on the way in. That way, you can have another dude who talks fantasy football in your algorithm. Add me to the list. Why not? What will it hurt? Whether you guys are new or not to the channel, hit that like button on the way in, because that is good for YouTube videos. Most importantly, guys, hop in the live chat. Let me know what's popping. Let me know how you guys are doing, how your weekend is going. Any fantasy football questions, any fantasy football topics, best ball, redraft, dynasty, whatever it may be, any NFL topics, get it going. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk some fantasy football tonight. So I would imagine this lobby is filling pretty quickly. These came out like 2 days ago, I think. So yeah, if you guys want to hop in with me tonight, let's hop in right at 11 p.m. Eastern time. That is 5 minutes from now. That'll give everybody a couple minutes to filter in here. And if you want to join, come out, snipe me, draft the players I want, draft the players you want, whatever it may be, get your shot. $5 entry, winning up to $75,000. So, pretty good looking tournament here. $5 entry never hurts, right? So, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, you can, of course, double your first deposit up to $100 with promo code TheCatch. Just like the numerous other content creators out there who have an Underdog promo code, I have one as well. It is on the screen. Promo links in the description down below. Okay. We have got our first Underdog Special for NFL Pick'ems for the 2023 NFL season. We have got Patty Mahomes, their first site-wide special, I should say. Patty Mahomes to throw for 1 passing yard, essentially. Yeah. You can take the lower if you want to be very, 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 very ballsy. I don't recommend it, but basically, a free pick here, and you can combine those with the NFL season early picks as well. We've gone over these. There's a lot of lines I really like, but if you guys are interested in literally a free pick here, this is going to run through next Friday, and you can combine it with NFL season picks. But I mean, if you want to, anything else that's currently going on, I guess baseball would be the biggest thing right now. But anything else that you want to run pick'ems on, you can run that as well. I don't know off the top of my head, but there is probably a limit on this. Usually it's like $20, $50, something like that. So, you can make as many entries based off that limit as you want. You just can't cross that threshold of, let's say, for example, $20. So if you wanted to make 20 entries at $1 with the pick, you can probably do so. So that's exciting because, A, we are getting closer to Underdog Pick'ems. Actual, weekly pick'ems, I should say, as opposed to the pre-NFL season picks. And we're getting closer and closer to the NFL season, which I'm super excited for. So, Prodigy, I see you at the bottom of the chat asking, yes, right at 11 p.m. Eastern time, fast puppy. Yes, sir. Emil, what's going on? Hello, hello. Chase, what's going on, man? You think Darnold's worth dropping in Superflex Dynasty? Remind me of your quarterback room, because I think you still have Zach Wilson. I mean, you can really debate which one's worth dropping or more worth dropping compared to the two. Listen, Darnold has a slight chance at some starts this year. We have very small. I mean, it depends on Purdy's health, Lance's health, but the roster is easily going to go Purdy, Lance, Darnold, in my opinion. So, I mean, you're betting on some injuries there, but there is a chance that Darnold gets some starts this year, right? All right, pick'ems. I'm excited. If I was going to throw together a slip here as we're waiting 2 more minutes until we enter the draft. Probably less than that. I wonder if Mixon's lines were available before, if these changed or anything. I actually really like DeAndre Swift over 4.5 rushing touchdowns. I'm a big fan of that. I know that sounds very risky, and yeah, I think it holds some risk. But I'm actually okay with it. And don't get me wrong, any of these entries aren't going to hold risk. But he has scored 5 rushing touchdowns or more in his first 3 seasons. And yeah, like, I get it. Penny, Jalen Hurts. There's other players there, but the Eagles just run the football so much that I think 5 rushing touchdowns, if Swift is healthy this year, is very, very, very doable. I do like Nick Chubb to score 1 receiving touchdown. You're going to be sitting there all season, like, waiting for him to do it, but I think that's something he's capable of. Monty over 775 rushing yards is kind of a nice line as well. J.K. Dobbins has some pretty decent lines. Breece Hall has some pretty decent lines. But I like C-Mac to score 7 rushing touchdowns on the year. We are entering the lobby, by the way. Let's do it. 9 spots, 8 spots. Guys, if you want to draft with me tonight, there's the ability to do so. Okay? Get on in here. Okay. For a second, I was like worried I may have entered the slow one, but we're good there. A lot of these running backs have really good lines. Ramondre Stevenson has some pretty decent lines. I really like Rachaad White on the over on rushing yards or rushing touchdowns. I mean, he only scored 1 rushing touchdown last year. I like him more in the receiving game, of course, but whichever one of these you want to roll with, I'm okay with, because in my opinion, he is the locked-in primary back there. So, I like the running back lines a lot, in case you guys couldn't tell. But I also like DJ Moore's total receiving yards a lot. I think he's going to have a good year. And I like Christian Kirk's receiving yards a lot as well. 2 of my favorite guys going into the year. Amon-Ra St. Brown sitting at just 5 touchdowns is also 5 receiving touchdowns, I should say. Very, very tempting. I really like that line. So there are a couple options if you guys were looking at the site-wide special on Patty Mahomes for week 1. Oh, I also love, I really, really like Brandon Ayuk over 775 receiving yards. He has done that every year of his career. I like this line a ridiculous amount. Ridiculous amount. So that is one I would definitely take a look at. So yeah, there are some of my favorite ones. There are some good quarterback ones as well, but I just don't like quarterback lines because they're so large in capacity, I guess. But I like Trevor Lawrence passing touchdowns quite a bit as well. So, oh my gosh, I'm on the clock. Okay. JJ Chase, C-Mac gone. Wow, we drafted from the 1.4 in our last draft as well. I don't have a lot of shares of Tyreek Hill, so I'm going to go Hill here. Do you guys get in with me? I don't see any familiar names in here. But I guarantee you these drafts are filling very quickly. All right, let me get back to the chat. Chase, I packaged Zay Jones and Pollard for Breece Hall today, so I have a bench spot open. Thinking getting McBride off waivers, swapping him with Otten to my bench, then maybe drop Darnold to get Bennett in place of my taxi. I think that's a smart move. I think that works perfectly fine. I like McBride in Dynasty, so I'm good at that, man. And yeah, I mean, Bennett versus Darnold, we're taking a shot in the dark with either guy there. So if you want to put Bennett on your taxi, I'm not opposed to it. Mike, what's up, man? How do you feel about Michael Thomas? I've been pretty off on Michael Thomas for a while now. It just depends on the value you're getting, him in drafts, right? Looking at our last mock draft from last night, Michael Thomas went at the 9.1. I'm not drafting Michael Thomas there at all. if he's sitting there in the 11th, like, and you feel pretty good about your receiver room, the rest of your roster, whatever. But, like, I'm just not there. I'm not, you know. He's played 10 games in the last 3 years. Okay, I was really off on him going into 2020, really off on him going to 2021, and just ignored him last year and almost looked really stupid. Like, I think I did, like, a week 1 reactions video, and it was like, or like players I got wrong in week 1, and Michael Thomas was like the first guy I talked about. Don't get me wrong, he looked very good last year, and he, you know, fully healthy and everything. It's going to be a different offense with Derek Carr. I think it's definitely worth the risk now more than ever, but it's just, you know, it's a difficult situation to evaluate. You know, Michael Thomas went at 9.1 last night. Beckham went at 9.9. Like, both those guys, and it's just, like, very tough to evaluate. Prodigy got the 12th spot. Are you drafting with me, Prodigy? Is that you at 12? So I don't hate it that much. Actually, I like the 12th spot overall. I mean, let me know if that's you or not, but, like, getting Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle to start your draft, I'm, you know, best ball tournaments, I like getting those wide receivers right off the bat there. Oh, what I want to do with this next pick. I kind of like to go Mahomes if he falls here. Okay. I mean, of course, Snoopy Doo would take him when he's got Travis Kelce. Why not? Should have realized that. I mean, this is like a boring pick for me, but just because I draft Devonta Smith so frequently, but I'll take him all day long there behind Tyreek Hill. I like that start. All right, let's see. Where do I want to go next here? Do I want to go quarterback? If I get Jalen Hurts here and stack him with Smith, I feel pretty good. I just don't know. He's the top available player. Hurts, Allen, Jacobs, Metcalf, Andrews. I kind of want to go Lamar Jackson tonight, but I just don't want to reach for him just because I'm wearing the Lamar Jackson jersey tonight. There goes Allen. It's up to Halterd. He goes Metcalf. Okay, let's go Hurts. Why not? Let's switch it on up. All right, Chase says, I don't know why I like Bennett because I don't think Stafford plays much longer. Maybe it's just me. I mean, that's fine. Like, if your belief is Stafford's not going to play much longer, but you have to be very careful, like, assuming that a quarterback who had some mild success in college, who got drafted very late in the NFL draft, is going to have the opportunity to just step in as the QB1 right away. You know, there's just so much that goes into being a starting quarterback. Don't get me wrong. You know, look at Brock Purdy, right? Like, anyone can step up to the plate if they get the opportunity. But you just have to be careful with it. Like, look at Kyle Trask right now, who is behind Brady. You know, it's like he might not ever start. Like, they brought in Baker, you know. But don't get me wrong, like, you can find gold in those situations, and you can get kind of hurt as well. Hold on, guys. I want to kind of change the screen up here a little bit. Try and get you guys a better view. Hopefully, I don't mess up anything. This looks like so much better than before. I feel like. I don't know. Could be wrong. I feel like that gives you guys, like, I don't know. I feel like that's better. Look at that. I mean, do you even really need the names? I guess so. Oh, that's a little too big. All right, almost there. Now we're cooking with grease. Is that a term? Okay, I kind of like that. I can make Patty a little bit bigger. Look at that. Patty's bigger on the screen. All right, we'll have to like kind of scroll down a little bit more here and there, but wait, now the first round's cut off. Hold on. Okay, that's what we're going with for the night. All right, sorry. Let me get back caught up in the chat here. Michael Thomas or Jameson Williams? I mean, I personally, I'll take the risk on Jameson Williams. Yeah. I mean, it's not. I feel like there's less risk with Jameson Williams. More upside. You just know he's going to miss 6 games. Is like that. That's where the risk is, right? Jameson's suspension is a tough pill to swallow. I mean, yeah, looking at last night's draft, he went at the 9.2. He went right after Michael Thomas. So it's like, yeah, you know, there is some risk involved there. But the risk is that he's going to sit on your bench for a couple weeks, right? I don't know. I'm not as worried about it. In comparison to Michael Thomas, that is. Skyler, could Fields have QB1 upside? 100%. Yeah. I mean, I've been on Fields all off season, and that's not going to stop anytime soon. QB1's hard to get to, like, without the true passing stats, so that's going to be the big question, you know, this year, looking at Fields, of course, but can he get there? Maybe. You know, you look at guys like Jalen Hurts, of course, Josh Allen. You know, these rushing quarterbacks can absolutely develop as passers, you know. So, yeah, I think my answer would be yes. Okay, good. Prodigy, let's go. I'm glad you're drafting with me tonight, man. What's up? What we got here? All receivers. I like it. I got all receivers and 1 QB, so let's go. Let's see. Been getting quite a bit of Waddle in the early second. I'm not complaining at all. No, I love Waddle there. Mid-second, even better. All right, I want to go Brandon Ayuk here. I also want to go Kenneth Walker because I love him as like a hero running back. But I'm going to go Ayuk. I'm going to go heavy receiver tonight. I like it. Najee at 3.6 rubs me the wrong way, but to each his own. I like Najee right there. Najee going before Breece. Like Breece, the injury. Gibbs, a lot more upside. But Najee's going to be solid this year. Is he going to, like, blow the ceiling out of the water? Is that I don't know where my terms are coming from tonight. No. But Najee's going to be consistent this year. He wasn't even that bad last year. His ceiling was just low. Chase, I've seen a DC young quarterback. Hope he develops. Only quarterbacks I have are Hurts and Wilson. Hoping Trask can hit it too, but would like a solid younger quarterback. Yeah, I mean, you kind of got to take those shots in the dark, right? You think Dalton Schultz is decent trade value and tight end premium dynasty? Maybe get some picks for him or keep. Let me take a second look at your squad if I can get it pulled up. I feel like I like Schultz on your team. Hold on. Chase just always has the most recent posted team. You've got Pitts. I mean, I think if you have Pitts, you can make a move to trade Schultz because I like Cade Otton. Now, let me know if you get McBride. If you have McBride, Cade Otton, and Kyle Pitts on your team, then yes, I think it's perfectly okay to trade Schultz. Is it okay to keep all 4 of those guys in tight end premium? Yeah, it is. But, you know, here's the thing with Dalton Schultz is, like, he could be perfectly fine in Houston, could be a good security blanket for CJ Stroud. Could be fine, right? Maybe a lower ceiling because that offense is not going to be as good as the Cowboys, right? But be fine. The flip side is Stroud could struggle. Texans could have a bad offense. Very mediocre offense. And then your trade value for Schultz completely goes away. Right? Right now you can trade him because there are enough people willing to take the chance with him going from the Cowboys to the Texans. And ultimately has been a very, productive enough tight end. Right? So if you're going to trade him, I think now it's time to do it. So see what you can get. And yeah, in tight end premium, yes, he has value. Yeah. J-Dubs, we're in the fast puppy. What's up, JW? Taylor, Jam might miss the first 6 games, but I'd probably bet MT misses 6 or more. I mean, that is a completely fair evaluation. Man, I like Jordan Addison and Jahan Dotson coming up. I like Michael Pittman. I'm tempted to go heavy receiver tonight. I'm already pretty heavy receiver. So... oh, man. I need to go running back here. All right. The heat is on. What running backs am I going to land here? Pierce is gone. Didn't want him. I don't think Low Flow's going running back here. He has 4. I've never drafted a team like this. It's just like, maybe I have here and there. I don't know. I don't know if I've gotten that aggressive. 4 running backs. My first 5 picks, just something I've never done. He goes Mike Evans. Man, I just really like Pittman, Addison, Dotson here. I know I won't get Dotson at the next turn, but I'm going to go Swift since I have Jalen Hurts. Now we've got a tier of running backs you guys know I love. There goes Dotson. Monty, Rashad White, James Conner, Pacheco. If I get one of these guys, I'll be happy. Literally, there's 4 picks right now. The pressure's on. I prefer Rashad White, but I really like Monty in best ball. I still love Pacheco. Connor's probably last for me, but I still like him enough to take him. Alvin Kamara floating around. Yeah, so I go Swift here, get the upside. We have Hurts. Could toss a tutty to him here and there. All right, we literally have our pick here. Monty, White, Connor, Pacheco. I'm going to go Monty. I really like White there. I'm trying to switch up that exposure as usual. I mean, I have a lot of shares of Swift and Monty, so like I don't think you can really go wrong there. Their 7th round running back. J-Dub says weekly winners has been my stick. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with the weekly winners as well. Both Burrow and Josh Allen's crazy. Dude thought it was super flex. I mean, you see that more. I didn't even realize that happened, but you see that more than you'd think. I mean, he's got, the Chase, Higgins, Burrow stack. He's got Allen and Davis. People do that, He doesn't have to draft a quarterback for the rest of the draft. So if you do hit on the right players, like it can pay off. Skyler says time for running back. Hey, we did it, bro. We did it. Andrea, what's going on? Hello, hello. J-Dub says double elite quarterback isn't my favorite unless you hit on your specialty position. I mean, you just absolutely have to hit on the right guys for the rest of your draft. Oh. Chase says, sorry, McBride, running back from the Vikings, not tight end for the Cardinals. Okay, I was wondering why McBride was available. I can get maybe a 2024 second rounder for Schultz. Yeah, you might even be able to get a sprinkle more out of it. Depends, Chase. I mean, Chase, can you post your updated roster since you've made some trades on Discord? Prodigy, thoughts on New Orleans backfield? Depends if we're talking like redraft best ball dynasty because there's so much going on in that backfield right now. Best ball, I will take the shot on Kamara. Redraft, I probably will as well. I actually think Jamal Williams is going to get more touches this year than Kendre Miller if and when Kamara is suspended. But Miller's going to be involved whenever Kamara is suspended, of course. And if he really flashes, which he definitely could, he could definitely take over those touches from Jamal Williams and or just have a great 1-2 punch. When Kamara comes back, he's going to be the guy. I mean, there's just no question about it in my mind. So, it's one of those situations that there's a lot of risk involved because if you just don't hit on the exact right pick, within, how it benefits you, your specific team, I just don't know if it's worth it. Like best ball, you can take those chances, right? But outside of that redraft, I'll go Kamara, Jamal Williams at the right value. I haven't really been drafting a lot of him. Kendre Miller, I do like in Dynasty. And don't get me wrong, there's a time and place to draft him in best ball as well. But there's just a lot of different scenarios and a lot of things that could happen there. And we don't even know when Kamara is going to be suspended. Technically speaking, we don't know if he's going to be suspended. He probably will be, right? But it's just a tough read. So I'm sitting here 2 running backs going into the 8th round, and then beginning of the 9th, Alvin Kamara is one of the top available players. He kind of fits this build, right? Top available players are Elijah Moore, Dalvin Cook, Zay Flowers, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara. I like a lot of players available right now. After that, you got Sutton, J-Mo, Gibson, Ingram, Charbs, Dillon. I might go Dalvin Cook here. But I really like Zay Flowers too, man. It's tough. I really like Zay Flowers right here. I just don't know if one of these running backs is going to fall back out to me. And there's a pretty steep drop off here. Oh, I missed my pick. Did I? Okay, I got Dalvin Cook. Okay, that's fine. I don't know how to explain this. When you're looking at the queue, sometimes when you open a new player, it's not happening on this screen, of course, but it kind of puts you down below. I was trying to hit the draft button. I was going to go Gibby there, but it's okay. I'll take Cook. It'd be really nice if Zay Flowers fell out here, but he probably won't. So we'll see what happens. Into the 9th round we go. Prodigy, I'd say I'm pretty heavy receiver too so far. Aker is going to have to be my saving grace. I do like him at this spot. Where do we get him at? 6.1 hero running back with Akers. Interesting. I do like a receiver room a lot. See how you shape it out here. All right, I am going to get Zay Flowers. Let's go. And I'll take Cook as an RB3. Why not? But I was trying to draft Gibson there. I just can't operate efficiently. I'll take Cook. Why not? All right. Mid-9th round we are. Top available players: Cortland Sutton, Charbs, Dillon, Richardson, Samaje Perine, Dak Prescott, Sky Moore, Pat Fryermuth, Alan Lazard, Brian Robinson. A lot of good value floating around. I might go tight end with my next pick. Man, I feel like Greg Dulcich has moved up in ADP. Skyler says Khalil Herbert. He is a running back for the Bears. Antonio, 10-team PPR redraft. What would be the best spots to pick in your opinion? To be honest with you, man, where you draft from specifically doesn't really matter to me. There's always a good strategy no matter where you draft from at the end of the day. So, in a 10-team league, I probably want to honestly be towards the end of the first round. Get a good value player in the first round, then turn around and get an early second-round pick. PPR, yeah, I want, go get a stud receiver in the first, stud receiver in the second, and if you aren't in, a late round or late first round pick, then I want an early first round pick, knock out my running back, C-Mac, Bijan, Eckler, and then turn around in the second round, get a good value receiver at the end of the second, good value receiver at the beginning of the third. So, or vice versa, even if you go like stud receiver early in the first, decent receiver value at the end of the second, and then start the third round with a running back. Looking at last night's mock, it's a 12-teamer, but you can get Kupp in the first, Smith in the second, Higgins in the second, into the second. Then go into the third round with like Ramondre Stevenson, Gibbs, Breece Hall. Oh, that's a good start, right? All right, let's see. But yeah, I mean, Antonio, I think no matter where you draft from, it's more about this overall strategy that you have. So I think you can always draft a good team, whether you're at the 1.1, 1.8, 1.5, 1.12. It doesn't really matter to me. All right, Chase, I'll pull it up in a second here. Trying to see if I can sell Darnold for a second, third. Ooh, I don't know if you will be able to. Maybe a 2025, but I don't know about a 2024. All right, QBs are kind of drying up here. I think I'm going to fade QB in this draft because Jalen Hurts is good. Now, if Richardson fell out here, that'd be intriguing, but Brian Robinson is available, and like he's my top target right now. I'd love him as an RB4. A-Chain's out there. Alan Lazard. There goes Romeo Doubs. I think Romeo Doubs a great value in the 10th. If these reports about him truly being J-Lo's favorite target, then I like that. Lazard or Robinson? This is going to be tough for me, believe it or not. I think I go Robinson here, if he's here. And after that, I can take a bit of a breather from running back. But so far, actually, I'm completely fine with this team. Zay Jones. He's off the board. All right, I'll take B-Rob. And I think with this next pick, I mean, Lazard could fall out, which I'd kind of like. But I think I go Greg Dulcich. And then we move along. Yeah, I mean, you got Chig, Dulcich, Kincaid, Schultz, Higbee, Kmet. I feel like Kmet has moved down in ADP and Dulcich has moved up. Lazard got picked right after my pick, of course. I think Lazard's going to have a good year. Is the ceiling going to be super high? No. I mean, and like this is happy PR, but all right, Chase, let me get your team pulled up here. Let me get caught up with the chat. Don, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Darnold plus Schultz for 2024 second and 2025 second, worth it? I mean, do you really feel like you're kind of like rebuilding right now, Chase? Because I feel like you're closer to contending than you feel like. I mean, did you make the championship last year? I mean, last year's going to be very drastically different, but I mean, I think it's pretty fair value. Man, this is tough because I actually want to pick Darnell Mooney here. But I don't think Dulcich is going to make it back to me, so let's go, Greg. Albert, what's up? Did I already say what's up? If I did, then hello again. Don, and the DK DraftKings best ball right now got weird after JJ from the 1.1. Uh-oh. Looks like DraftKings full PPR. All right, Chase, I would say I'm a contender. I finished runner-up last year. Just want to see if I can dump any decent value for picks since I only have 2003, 2024 picks. Or no, third round 2024 picks, excuse me. I mean, that's fine. Like, you had Pitts. Hurts, Hall, Mixon, Lamb, Waddle, Pitts. I mean, that's a nice little start right there. Pierce, Mike Williams, Pittman. Your team looks a lot better than it did the other week. Russell Wilson. I mean, yeah, this is rough right here. But the fact that you got Russell was, like, so big for you. He's your savior, bro. A-Chain, Moore, Dobbs, Schultz. We got Roshan, Otten, Warren, Puka, Tajay on the bench. One empty spot. I don't know, man. I kind of like Schultz on the squad. Let me know what, I mean, go ahead and ship them around. There's Trevor Lawrence on our screen. And it's, I guess, see what you can potentially get. And I don't know, man. I just don't 110% trust Pitts. But I do like Kate Otten, so I just think tight end premium, like, you don't want to undersell those tight ends, you know, even if they're not producing with a super high ceiling, like, having depth at tight end is not a bad thing. You got a pretty good range there in terms of, like, age, too. You know, Schultz, 28, going into his 6th year. Like I said, he could have a very heavy drop-off, though. So, like, it could be just a good time to go ahead and move on from him. But you also, you know, tight end premium, you don't want to undersell those guys, you know? I mean, even if he has, like, a solid year with C.J. Stroud this year, then, like, you know, even if it's a drop-off from last year. I mean, he did produce less last year in comparison to 2021, but Dak also missed, you know, a couple games, and not to mention Dalton Schultz missed a couple games. So, yeah, I would say see what you can get, but don't undersell yourself at the same time. You know what I mean? All right, so I think I'm going to try and get Cole Kmet and my backup QB here. But I kind of want to I just want to, I'm so close to just trying to fade quarterback one more round. But I don't think I'm going to do it. I mean, running back, we're in that tier. I like Algier, don't get me wrong. But Algier, Roschon Johnson, Singletary, Ford, Donta Foreman, Gainwell. Like, I actually do like this tier of running backs. I think any of those guys helps this team. But we're at a point where it doesn't kill our team if we don't pick any of those players. Wide receivers, like, we're going to be able to find some sort of value here at the end of the draft, and we're sitting pretty wide receiver heavy right here. So, on the clock here, it's a weird pick. But I want Cole Kmet on this team, so let's take Cole Kmet. Dalton Schultz, Tyler Higbee, Gerald Everett, Irv Smith, Taysom Hill. The other options, I'll take Kmet. You know, let's get tight end out of the way. Good thing I didn't check what his bye week was, but it is a different bye week from Dolchich, so we're good at. I mean, you guys know I run a lot of 2 tight end sets, so, like, I'm good at that. Okay, I like this team so far. Chase, I think Schultz can be a solid option for me. I have no idea what to do with Zach Wilson either. I mean, you know, my take on Zach Wilson is I don't have any faith in him, but I get why some people do. I mean, honestly, your team looks pretty solid right now, dude. It's just like you got Darnold, Zach Wilson, Kyle Trask on your bench. You want to see if one of these guys can be something. So can you move Kate Otten off your bench and pick up Stenson Bennett? Because you might as well just do that. Or move Roschon Johnson off your bench and taxi and pick up Stenson Bennett. I mean, I think maybe you go the Kate Otten route, but because then you just have one more. Like, you're just taking a shot in the dark, your bench quarterbacks right now. So you might as well just take another shot. All right, I'm going to pick Skyler here as my QB2, which I actually really like. Someone offered me Higbee, Jacoby Myers for Schultz, and $5. That sweet sprinkle of $5 free agent bidding. I mean, that's the cherry on top, baby. All right, so let's think about this. Dalton Schultz is 27 going into his 6th season. Higbee's 30 going into his 8th season. You get Jacoby Myers as well. You get $5. 5 McDoubles. But when we look at Jacoby Myers, right, 26 going into his 5th year. You know, chat, what do you think about that trade? Because I don't think it's the worst trade. Oh, you're sending away $5. Okay, I mean, whatever. Who cares? You lose 5 McDoubles. I have to pick someone first, then swap. Okay, I got you. Bench first, then swap Otten to my bench. Yeah. Nick, I'm sorry you're having a bad day. Hope the stream makes you feel better. Thank you for being here tonight, man. What's up? Sometimes we have those days. Nothing goes right. It'll get better. Chat, what do you think? What do you guys think about that trade for Chase? I mean, like, Higbee's older. It just kind of depends. Do you think Schultz is going to drop off in Houston or not? If you think there's a chance of that happening, then I think Higbee's about equal value. Higbee probably has a healthy Matthew Stafford throwing to him, which nothing against Stroud, but I'd probably rather have that right now. You're kind of more of a contending team. You get Jacoby Myers. He's a good depth piece for you. Looking at your roster here. You lose 5 McDoubles, though. I don't know about that. I'm just kidding. That's fine. I don't think it's the worst trade. I mean, you can try and get a pick out of it, but I think it's a pretty even trade as is, Chase. Mr. Sarcastic, what's up, bro? How we doing tonight, man? What's up, what's up? Man, I just realized I put Rachaad White on the thumbnail and I passed on him for David Montgomery. Who am I? Man, Rashid Shaheed going in the 13th is a little early for him. People are catching on. Man, Brock Purdy's the top available quarterback, and I would really like Purdy as my QB3. I don't know what to do here. I also like DPJ. I like Kenneth Gainwell. I like Donta Foreman. What are the teams in front of me looking like? Russell Wilson, Fields, Allen Burrow, Kirk Cousins, Stafford. I mean, I could honestly see any of these teams picking Purdy. Picking Purdy. I don't know what I'm going to do at running back. I mean, I like Kenneth Gainwell. I kind of like Donta Foreman, though. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I have good receivers, but I'm just like draft a ton of receivers in this draft. All right, let's go Donta Foreman. I think he's going to be the starter. Beginning of the year for the Bears, that could change as time goes on. But I think he's going to have like 5 to 8 really good games. I mean, I don't know about really good games, but good enough games. May have been smarter to go Gainwell there, kind of handcuff Swift. But I've dipped a little heavy into the Eagles tonight with 3 players, so I'm going to try and diversify. Big question here is, like, does Skyler play by, like, between weeks 1 and week 4? There's a potential he does. When did Brock Purdy get picked? I totally missed Brock Purdy going off the board. My bad. That's bringing me to my next point. Like, if Kyler's out there week 1, I don't know that I need another quarterback on this team between Kyler and Hurts, but probably should draft another quarterback. But now with Purdy gone, I want to see if I can dip down and get Sam Howell at 189. Could also take a flyer on Trey Lance late, Desmond Ridder late. Bryce Young, CJ Stroud are available, Mac Jones, Tannehill, Mayfield, Jimmy G. Like, there's options here. I like Donovan Peoples-Jones a lot right here if he's available. And he is. So let's take DPJ. I think he's a good value at this range in the draft. I'd like to draft a Giants wide receiver. There's plenty of options. I mean, Randall Robinson, Paris Campbell, Isaiah Hodgins, Jalen Hyatt, Darius Slayton. There's a reason why all these guys are available at the end of the draft, because who's going to be the primary target here out of these guys, not including Darren Waller? I don't know. They're all worth a dart throw, in my opinion. Especially the guys who have already built that chemistry with Danny Dimes, Slayton, Hodgins. Robinson, I guess you could argue, but not really. Terrace Marshall, I like at the end of drafts. I think Puka is worth a dart throw. Josh Downs worth a dart throw. Josh Palmer, Nate Dell, Richie James. A really weird, I don't want to say weird, but like a true late round, I don't want to say sleeper, but just a true late round guy you can draft. I'm going to say actually Josh Reynolds, because he has some consistent chemistry with Jared Goff. going back to their days with the Rams. And when we look at this Lions depth chart right now, what are they going to do at wide receiver? Like, yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown, duh. But Marvin Jones is next up, followed by Josh Reynolds. And then you have Tom Kennedy. I mean, no offense, but this is Tom Kennedy, okay? Like, I don't think that... Tom Kennedy, my boy, has... Here I am making fun of, his profile picture, and I can't even do math, but has 14 catches in his career. Brock Wright's your tight end 1. Like, I actually think as much as I like the Lions going into next year, continuing to take a step forward offensively, I'm pretty worried about these receiving options for Goff. And I think that Josh Reynolds, age 28, going to his 7th year, 38 receptions, 479 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns through 14 games last year. He missed some time last year. Was banged up here and there. Could actually be a solid option. In the draft, you need a dart throw. Mr. Sarcastic, I'd rather have 5 McDoubles than all 3 of those players. Hey, can't fault you there, bro. If I take out Myers, that means I won't have an open bench spot to grab McBride. Mr. Sarcastic says, just hold on, Schultz. Rams going to tank, and Myers won't even have a QB if Jimmy G doesn't pass physical week 1. Even then, he still is Jimmy G. Lance to the Raiders, says Jade. I mean, hey. The Lance takes JW. Better start calling. Mr. Sarcastic says, I would love that. I have a lot invested in Lance, yeah. If you don't pick up McBride, I don't think it's the end of the world at all. At all. So, I wouldn't be too worried about that. Chase. Man, I wanted Isaiah Hodgins. It's okay. All right, I'm going to take him before someone else does, but give me Sam Howell. Wrapped up at quarterback. I need another quarterback on this team with Skyler right now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 receivers. 2 more spots here. We're going to draft 2 more receivers to end this draft. Hurts, Skyler. Pull it up on here. Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, Sam Howell, Swift, Monty, Dalvin Cook, Brian Robinson, Donta Foreman, Tyreek Hill, Devonta Smith, DJ Moore, Ayuk, Zay Flowers, DPJ, Greg Dulcich, Cole Kmet. I like this entry. Feeling good. We're going to take 2 dart throws at receiver here. Devonta Parker, another guy I like in this range. Am I expecting a ton out of him? No. But they gave him a new deal. Whether that was to clear space for D-Hop, I don't know. Whether it was, Bill O'Brien liking Devontae Parker as a fit in this offense, at least for the next year or 2. I don't know. But I'll take a shot here if I need to. More upside with the Giants. So I'd rather draft one of their players. I do like Terrace Marshall in this range as well. But I really like Terrace Marshall coming out of college, and he just burnt me in fantasy. I don't know. Pick your poison here. Devonta Parker, Randall Robinson, Jalen Hyatt, Darius Slayton, Terrace Marshall. That's my cue. There goes Hyatt. Yeah, I've said this a couple of times. I think that Darius Slayton has a solidified role in the Giants receiving room. I think he's a pretty safe bet. Is he a high ceiling player? No, but we're in the 17th round of a best ball draft. So, whatever. J-Dubs, it doesn't make any sense to sign Jacobs to a long-term contract in tank, so they must have some plans. Raiders, Caleb Williams season. That could happen. Irv Smith is there on waivers in my league. Irv Smith is worth picking up if you do move on. If you end up with Tyler Higbee, Irv Smith, Jacoby Myers, and you lose Schultz, I think that's okay. But you're not able to do that, unless you drop someone else, unless you drop one of your quarterbacks. I mean, can you trade Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson, Kyle Trask for pennies, and then pick up Irv Smith? Sorry. I mean, that's an option I would consider as well. Wasn't Hyatt working with third team? Yeah, I mean, like, this Giants wide receiver room is going to be a mess all offseason. Randall Robinson season, I mean, I could see that, but it's like, I don't know. I think all those guys are dart throws. Isaiah Hodgins and Darius Slayton are probably who I like the most. We'll see what happens, though. All right, 18th round, cooking up here. I think the way I did the screen, you guys can't even see the 18th round. Oh, you know what? There it is. It's fixed. Yeah, ship those 3 quarterbacks. I don't care about them. Wait, what else? Struggling with the screen tonight. Okay, that should work. Darnell Washington on waivers too. I'd take a shot on Irv Smith personally. I mean, I think Washington's going to be a blocking tight end with Freiermuth there. All right, final pick of the night. Here's my cue. Randall Robinson, Terrace Marshall, Puka, Josh Downs, Josh Palmer, Nate Dell, Richie James, Josh Reynolds. Need to avoid Week 13 and Week 10 buys. So no Robinson. I kind of like Puka and Richie James, but that's not as big of a deal. I mean, Hill and Smith are pretty good. But Zay Flowers, Darius Slayton, the other. Oh, and DJ Moore. So more Week 13 buys than anything. Can't really go wrong here. I really convinced myself that I wanted to draft Josh Reynolds here. Can't really go wrong here. Go Rams. Give me Puka. Why not? Prodigy, like my squad, unique setup for me. I usually go 3-5-7-3, but went 3-7-5-3 today. Ooh. Just need 2 at least playable running back weeks out of 7 each week, and I like the chances with the guys I've got. We'll take a look in a second here. Dearness Johnson's gone. Man, there are like quite a few wide receivers right there that I was really considering drafting. I thought more of them would be off the board. I mean, I could have gone like 5 more rounds. All right. I want the clock to run out here. Okay, there we go. Prodigy, what we do tonight, man. Tua, Love, Jones. Yeah, 7 running backs. Akers, Penny, Damian Harris, Eli Mitchell, Kendra Miller, Chase Brown, Patterson. I mean, a true handcuff squad. I mean, it is basically a hero running back build, but we'll see. Wilson, Waddle, Cooper, Watson, Hollywood. I mean, I do love these receivers. No, overlapping bye weeks, which is good. Waller, Hill, Conklin. That's interesting. But I would have still drafted. Yeah, I mean, you could have gone this handcuff route and not drafted Miller, Brown, or Patterson, like whichever one. I mean, any of these running backs could have eliminated one, and I would have still added one more receiver, personally. Tight end room is interesting, but I love Conklin at this spot. He was doing badly with Wilson, did well with Flacco. Now he's got Aaron Rodgers, got a bunch of shares of him. He's a good, you know, you look at the available tight ends, I do like him at the end of drafts. I like Noah Fant a lot as well. I don't mind Cade Otton. I like Fant, but I'm okay with Conklin as well. Yeah, I would have gone one more receiver here. But hey, like you said, you're aware of what you're doing. You're switching up your exposure, switching up your strategies. You got Tua with Waddle, Love with Watson. See, like, even if you had got, like, Devonta Parker super late, I don't have a problem with that. Hey, man. I don't mind this team too much. Yeah, some nice stacks in there. You're aware of what you're doing. You're putting together different builds. Nothing wrong with that. Was going to grab Parker if he was available. Okay, perfect. Just wasn't a fan of anybody else over Patterson. That's fair. Think he's a weapon. That offense won't be too bad. Hope I'll be fine with 3 to 5 studs hitting each week. Yeah, I mean, it's a fair enough entry. Why not? All right, let's take a look at my squad. Thanks for drafting with me, Prodigy. Had fun, man. To do it again soon. All right, so we got Hurts early. I like my team tonight. I feel good about this entry. Kyler Murray, Sam Howell. Oh, they had the same buy. Of course they do. I don't think it's the end of the world, though. You know, I mean, I actually wanted Purdy here. We missed him. I could have gotten Young or Stroud, but whatever. I don't mind Desmond Ridder in the 17th. Oh, wow. That team's got Richardson, Stroud, and Ridder. That's interesting. But, yeah, I mean, I don't mind Sam Howell at the 16.9 either. So, I'll take those quarterbacks. Could be really big if Kyler is good to go. Could be a really big quarterback room there, in my opinion. I mean, Hurts and Murray were both top 6 guys before Murray got hurt. All right, Swift, Monty, Cook, Robinson, Foreman. I'll take that all day long. I mean, we were going to go Gibson. I just had a little malfunction, and we got Cook instead. But honestly, to diversify there, you know, getting Brian Robinson later on, I think worked out. Because, I mean, I don't know. I probably would have just gone A-Chain there, maybe McKinnon, but I'll take B-Rob there. I like this running back room. You know, 5 running backs I'm good with. No overlapping buys, depending on where Dalvin Cook lands. I like this running back room a lot for this type of build. All right, Tyreek Hill, Devonta Smith, DJ Moore, Brandon Ayuk, Zay Flowers, DPJ, Darius Slayton, and go Rams. We got Puka on here. So pretty heavy receiver to start. Jalen Hurts sprinkled in there. Knocked out our running backs. Kind of went best available receiver, best available running back here. Knocked out our tight ends. Got our QBs late. Best available running back receiver sprinkled in there again. And then filled out wide receivers. I love the way this team turned out. Greg Dulcich, Cole Kmet. I think we got good tight ends for this style of build. A good running back room. I'm fine with the quarterbacks. Tyreek Hill through DPJ I really like. Slayton and Puka are worth the dart throws. We went over a lot of dart throw receivers. Didn't really matter who we went with there. I like this squad tonight. I'm good with it. Yeah. There's your draft for the night, ladies and gentlemen. I was super tired when I got on, but it's always worth getting on. I always feel better after streaming. But that will go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Good little Saturday night stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. Tomorrow night, I should be on for a mock. And then tomorrow night, we're going to try and run an off-air auction mock draft as well. Because we haven't done one so far this off-season. Senior Cinnabon was asking me. So I'm going to try and get that coordinated. So if you guys are interested, stay posted on Discord. And we'll hopefully have 2 mocks going down tomorrow. One for the stream and one off-air mock-tion draft. So I'm going to go with him, see what time he wants to go. But it might be a little bit later in the night. So I don't know. I probably don't want to start it past like 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Eastern time, I should say, because those auction mocks do take a little bit longer. I'll send you an invite for sure, Mr. Sarcastic. But yeah, auction mock tomorrow, full PPR mock as well. And that should do it. So everyone be safe. Have a good rest of your weekend. Have a good Saturday night. Probably ended for most of you guys. Sending an invite on Sleeper. Okay, I'll try and remember that, Mr. Sarcastic. Elver, what's up, man? Sports Spotlight. Do you think Mark Andrews in the third round is worth it? Yes. It's going to be a different offense this year. We got Todd Monken as an offensive coordinator. Lamar's going to be unleashed. He's going to throw the football more. There's a lot of dynamic playmakers on this team. Zay Flower is going to be good. Bateman and Beckham, if they're healthy, are going to be good. Mark Andrews is going to be open more. He's going to get more targets. He was perfectly fine last year before Lamar got banged up. He's going to be okay this year. So, yes, the third round, I think that's okay. Hawkinson's fine there. But I'm totally 110% okay with going. Andrews as well. All right, guys, that'll wrap it up for the night. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you for being here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Check out our links down below. Follow us on Instagram. Join our Discord. And, of course, hit the like button on the way out, guys. Like I said, you guys be safe. Have a great rest of your weekend. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the Catch fam. Thank you, guys, to those of you who drafted with me tonight. Double your first deposit up to $100 with promo code TheCatch. All that good stuff. That'll do it. With that, I'll say, thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And